Welcome, everybody. My name is Paul. I also feel like a small child being evacuated. I feel I should be standing at a railway station, somebody looking for my name. My name is Paul Tyler. I'm going to be taking you through the next 2 days and hopefully finding some sort of thread. Well, finding it's going to be blindingly obvious where the thread is, I believe. And when I started working with Tastebuds, Creative Tastebuds, about just over a year ago, I started realizing that the people that I was surrounded with were much cleverer about taste than I was. I knew very, very little. And then when Susanna and Michael sent me the list of all you people coming, and I scanned down the list of all these very important people, I suddenly realized, my God, I really am the person that knows least about taste in this entire room. So what does a person like me do in a situation like this? Well, what we do is we reach back to our comfort zone and we pull out a metaphor or an analogy that's going to sort of make us feel like we have some sort of role. I'm not a huge boxing fan, okay? But did any of you watch the fight last week with Mayflower and McGregor? I'm sure you did, you're just not saying it. Okay, well, it was an incredible fight. I didn't see it, and I'm not a huge boxing fan. I didn't see it, but I did participate in some of the pre-fight hype, and also I followed some of the post-fight analysis. And I think what was really interesting was this question, which was, what was at stake? Why was there so much hype around this particular fight? There was clearly something that was at stake. And there were several things that were at stake. One of the things was the fact that it was a huge amount of money. I mean, they were going to basically earn over $100 million in about 36 minutes. I'm clearly in the wrong job here. That's a lot of money. In fact, actually, they earned a lot more than that. I don't know, Mayflower, who won it, I think he won something like $200 million or something ridiculous. So that was at stake. There was another thing, which is Mayflower. He was 40 years old. That's probably young for some of us, but that's old if you're a boxer, so I hear. 40 years old, and he had won 49 fights, which is the same as Rocky Marciano. He was the same as Rocky Marciano in terms of the number of undefeated bouts. If he won one more, he would beat Rocky Marciano's record. So that was the second thing that was at stake. But actually, there was something much, much more at stake in this fight. And the fact was that Conor McGregor, his opponent, wasn't actually a boxer. He was a mixed martial arts fighter. This is a young Irish guy, I think he was 29 years old, who was more used to kicking, elbowing, heeling, grappling, and choking his opponents than being a boxer. So in actual fact, what was at stake was boxing as a sport. And I thought this was really interesting because I think, in a way, it made me think about what's at stake today. It's a question I always ask when I'm asked to come and moderate a conference. Well, what is at stake? What are we really trying to get to? Now, I'm not trying to suggest that there's more conflict going to be on this stage than there needs to be, and there's not going to be any fighting on there. That would be great. But what I do think is I'm not going to push argument for argument's sake. But I do think there is something at stake here up on the stage. Because you see, we have the anthropologists. From what I understand, anthropologists are a little bit like mixed martial art fighters, in that they can use a number of different disciplines to be able to sort of, get a choke or a lock. And then there are the natural scientists who sort of play it by the rules in order to get a knockout. So in a way, there is this kind of slight little bit of tension between these two disciplines. And this is what we're here to do. I think we're here to do a number of things. We're here to celebrate and to wonder and to explore and to discuss the whole notion, the whole senses of taste, the whole sense of taste. But I really want to wonder what's at stake. Is it you? Is it the people on the stage? Do they have something at stake? Is it the industrialists? Is it the farmers, the restaurateurs? Is it simply our taste buds? What's at stake? So, all along, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating knowledge, establishing networks. You guys need to, I love the fact that they asked you to start talking, then they couldn't get you to stop. So let's hope that continues, okay? And we're going to be formulating new questions, as Susanna said. Maybe we come out of this with more questions than answered. Like, why do the two guys on stage keep fighting all the time? Who knows? So, what have we done? Well, we've been brave. I think they've been really brave. We've invited an eating designer, a brilliant food writer, a renowned architect, and a star chef to the stage who are going to be able to work across these 4 sessions over these 2 days. Let's call them our creative mediators. Now, what we've done is we've given each mediator, for each session, we've given them 2 of the world's best researchers on taste. One from the natural sciences and one from the social sciences. And we've asked them to rethink taste during these 4 thematic sessions on memory, learning, storytelling, and sharing. So before I set up the first session, what I want to do is just say that we're going to be together now for the next 2 hours, up until 12 o'clock. I will be the chapter, keep looking at the watch all the time and making sure that we are on time. But we're here to enjoy ourselves. So it's important that we feel relaxed, but it's also important that you feel challenged. This is not just a conference for you to sit back and let it wash over you. This is an opportunity for you to challenge yourselves. So challenge each other. When you're standing in the gents having a wee, look at the guy next to you and ask him what he thought, okay? When you're standing in the queue for your coffee, ask the person in front of you, what do you do? And what makes you so special? And why are you here? Okay? Challenge one another. Why not? Let's not be too Scandinavian about it, okay? I live here, I can say that, okay? I live in Copenhagen before you start wanting to chuck me out. I have full residency before anybody asks.